Hi, hello, and welcome to another interesting session on electromagnetic field theory and waves. In today's session, we'll see the Biot-Savart law and one numerical problem based on the Biot-Savart law. So let's get started. So if we take a conductor which is carrying a direct current of I, so the current carrying conductor will have a steady magnetic field around it. So by using the Biot-Savart law, we can find the differential magnetic field intensity. So if dH is the differential magnetic field intensity and dl is the differential length, we can take I into dl as the differential current which is passing through the differential length dl, and r is the distance from the differential current element, and theta is the angle between the differential current element and the line joining the point P to dl. So in this diagram you can see P is the point at which the magnetic field intensity is to be obtained. This theta is the angle. This is the differential current element. I is the current flowing through the differential current element. dl is the differential length, and I is the current flowing through the conductor. So this is the statement of Biot-Savart law. The magnetic field intensity dH is directly proportional to the product of the current flowing through the conductor and the differential length dl. So the magnetic field intensity is also proportional to the sine of the angle between the element and the line joining the point P. The magnetic field intensity is also inversely proportional to the square of the distance between the point P and the current carrying conductor. So all these three statements we can write in equation form. dH is directly proportional to I into dl. dH is proportional to sine theta, and dH is inversely proportional to r square. So here we can combine all of these three terms and write the equation as dH proportional to I dl sine theta by r square. Or if you remove the proportionality sign, we can write it as dH is equal to k into I dl sine theta by r square. Here k is the constant of proportionality, which is equal to 1 divided by 4 pi. So put the value of k in this equation and write it as dH is equal to I dl sine theta by 4 pi r square. So if we write the same equation in vector form, it will be like this: dl cross ar is equal to, now here we need to take the cross product of dl and ar. So when you expand the cross product, we write it as magnitude of the first term multiplied by the magnitude of the second term multiplied by the sine of the angle between these two terms. So dl cross ar can be written as magnitude of dl into magnitude of ar into sine theta. Since ar is a unit vector, its magnitude will be equal to 1. So here we get dl into sine theta. Now in place of dl sine theta, we can substitute this term dl cross ar. So dH is equal to, this is the equation we got in the previous case, that is according to Biot-Savart law, dH is equal to I dl cross ar by 4 pi r square. So in place of this dl cross ar, we can substitute this term, and in place of ar we need to write the equation for ar, which is equal to the vector r divided by its magnitude. So dH is equal to, so IDL will be the same, then in place of ar write r by magnitude of r. So already here we have 4 pi r square. So along with this r is also appearing at this point. So we get r cube in the denominator. So this is the expression for the differential magnetic field intensity. which is equal to I dl into r divided by 4 pi r cube. Now to find the total magnetic field intensity, we need to integrate this term. So integral of dH is equal to h. This is equal to closed integral of I dl cross ar by 4 pi r square, and the units of the magnetic field intensity is amperes per meter. So this is the integral form of Biot-Savart law. Now earlier we had taken the current carrying conductor as a length of the element. Now if you take a surface which is carrying a current of ds, so in place of dl we need to replace with k into ds. According to the relationship between the current and the current density, we have this I is equal to j dot ds, where j is the current density. So in place of ds we can write dv by dl. Here ds is the differential surface. So the relation between surface and the volume we can write like this: surface area is equal to volume divided by length. So in place of dl we can substitute dv, which is the differential volume, by dl. dl is the differential length. So if you cross multiply, this dl appears here. So I dot dl is equal to j dot dv. So in the previous equation, in place of I dot dl, we can use these terms. So if you use the surface terms k in ds, so we get h is equal to integral of k cross ar ds by 4 pi r square amperes per meter. So this is the expression for magnetic field intensity for the surface which is carrying a current. Now if you write the same equation by using the differential volume, so in place of IDL or KDS we need to write J dot dV. So H is equal to integral J cross AR dV by 4 pi r square amperes per meter. So if you see the previous equation, this is the line integral because we have dl here. So for a line integral we need to integrate only once. Now this is the surface integral. For a surface integral it has to be integrated twice. This third one is a volume integral which has to be integrated 3 times. So these are the expressions for the magnetic field intensity for line, surface and volume. We'll see one problem based on this equation. So here we need to find the incremental or the differential field strength or field intensity at the point P2 due to the current element. Here one current element is given as 2 pi Az mu micro amperes meter at point P1. The coordinates of points P1 and P2 are given as 4, 0, 0 and 0, 3, 0. So first we'll write the Biot-Savart law. According to Biot-Savart law, dH is equal to IDL cross AR12 divided by 4 pi R12 square. So first we need to find the AR12 unit vector. So this is equal to R divided by the magnitude of R. So here R is the vector from point P1 to P2. So this we can get by just subtracting these coordinates and write in Cartesian coordinate system. So 0, this is the point X, this is the point X for P1 and P2. So write 0 minus 4 into AX plus 3 minus 0 into AY plus 0 minus 0 into AZ divided by magnitude. So to find the magnitude, again write the same value, 0 minus 4 whole square plus 3 minus 0 whole square plus 0 minus 0 whole square. So if you simplify this, we get this minus 4ax plus 3ay divided by 5. Next we need to do ideal. Ideal is given in the problem as 2 pi az. Now ideal cross AR12, this is a cross product, so we can solve this cross product by using the determinant. So this can be written in this way: AX, AY, AZ. So in the second row we need to write the values of ideal. So here ideal is having only the component of AZ. So in place of AX and AY we need to put zeros. So AZ, in place of AZ we have only 2 pi terms, so write 2 pi here. Now for AR12, if you see the previous step, here we have AX component and AY component. There is no AZ component. So we need to separate the AX and AY components. So AX component is minus 4 by 5 and AY component is 3 by 5. The same thing we need to write in the third row here. So this is minus 4 by 5, which is the AX component, 3 by 5, which is the AY component, and there is no AZ component. So put 0 in place of this. So solve this determinant AX into, remove this row and column, we get 0 minus 2 pi into 3 by 5 minus AY. Remove this row and this column. This is 0 into 0 minus of 2 pi into minus 4 by 5 plus AZ. Remove this row and this column. So 0 minus 0. So here we get minus 2 pi by 5 into 3AX minus 2 pi by 5 into 4AY. Now substitute this in the expression for DL, DH, where DH is equal to ideal cross AR12 by 4 pi R square. So here 2 pi by 5 is common. You can put it outside the brackets and write 3AX plus 4AY by 4 pi. Here R is the magnitude, which we got it as 5 in the previous step. So if you see here, so this is 5. Magnitude of R is equal to 5. So write 5 square in the denominator. So simplify this. We get minus 12AX minus 16AY nano amperes per meter. So this is the expression for the differential magnetic field intensity by using the Biot-Savart law. That's it. Thank you.